Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I wonder what I do believe. There's little voices.
Okay, so now we're going to mark where our cell phone pocket will go. Here I don't know if you can see, but I created a crease along the center. I just folded this in half and then pressed it so there's a light crease. Then you're going to make along the bottom, top and bottom of each side. You take your crease. So here's my crease. Here, I'll put a pin so that you can see. You're gonna mark 1 inch from that center. Then you're gonna mark 4 1/4 from the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4. So there's mark, and then here's my center line. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. I have connected the 2 marks, so I don't know if you can see, but there's the 2 lines. Then you're going to measure 1.5 inches from the bottom. So this is where the cell phone pocket, these are the placement lines for it. So here is my cell phone pocket, and I have the lining on it. We're going to fold it in half with the right sides together. So there you go, fold it in half. We're going to match the short ends, so it would be about this, short ends. And we're going to pin them in place. And we're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam along the pinned edges, so it's going to be up here. So this is the fold, this is the opening, the 3-inch opening, and these are the where the stitches will go. I marked a 1/2 inch down and 1/2 inch from, since we're going to do 1/2 inch along the side, I marked 1/2 inch in. That way it leaves a 3-inch pocket opening. Alright, this is what my pocket looks like, and then we are going to be able to turn it inside out. I turned the pocket inside out. I clipped the edges first, and I turned it inside out, and now we're going to stitch to close the opening. Now we need to make a pleat on the bottom of the pocket, and so what I did, I folded it in half like this, pinned it, and 3/8 of an inch we're going to sew, and we're going to sew for about 1 inch. I've pinned the pocket in place, so here's the pleat goes underneath. It won't lay perfectly flat, but just make sure that the bottom is to the 1/2 inch mark, and that your marks going up to the top of the inside lining panel, that they're all matched up. We are going to sew along, to hold it in place, the pocket in place, we're going to sew along close to the edge, along the sides, bottom, and the other side. Okay, so there is your pocket with the pleat. You will have to attach your zipper to, you're going to have to pin the little flaps down, and then you're going to have to attach it to one of your zipper strips, the one with the lining on it. And then you're going to machine baste a 3/8 inch seam along the edge, sewing from the zipper, the edge of the zipper. And it will look like this, so you have only machine basted on one side, not both. Now we've pinned the zipper panel that does not have lining, pinned it on top of what we just basted, right sides together. And we will sew a 1/2 inch seam along the short ends, the long end we just basted, and then the next short end. And this is what you'll end up with. You're going to open up the zipper, the panels, and you're going to sew an 1/8 inch seam along the edge, from the edge, from the edge. You're going to repeat the same steps that you used to attach the panels on the other side. The same exact thing. Your zipper, when you're done, your zipper will look like this, and you're going to pin and find the center of the zipper, and you're going to pin it to the center, matching the center of the lining that you created with the pocket. The zipper is on right side up because on the inside it'll be the inside of the zipper, and then it'll be the outside. You're going to sew a 3/8 inch seam along the top. And that's what it'll look like. So you're going to have your zipper attached to the lining. Next, you're going to take your top band and the lining panel, and you're going to put them right sides together, pin them in place, and sew a 1/2 inch seam along the top back section on both ends. And it'll look like this, and you're going to press it open. After sewing a 1/4 inch top stitch along, you open up the top panel that you just sewed in the zipper. You open it up, and on this lining you sew a 1/4 inch seam, just catching the leftover fabric on the back, and it's just to hold it in place, and it's just like a top stitch. And it'll look like this. Then you repeat all these steps for the lining to the other side, and that way you can attach the zipper and the other top panel. Okay, now you are going to take, now that the top panels and everything's attached, you're going to take your lining, line it up, and do you remember the blue marks that you made, the circles? You're going to line those up on both ends, and you're going to pin everything. And if you remember how you did your the main panels, the exterior panels, you're going to sew a half inch from 1/2 inch down. You're going to sew a 1/2 inch seam to the blue dots on both sides, and then you're going to attach your bottom panel the same way you did it before. But this time you're going to leave about an 8 inch gap on one of the sides. That way you can turn it inside out when you're done. Okay, so now you're going to take your completed bottom, completed interior lining with the opening still, so you can turn it inside out. You're going to put the right sides together of the exterior and interior. So as you can see, I have put them together, and you're going to make sure that your zipper is going into what will be now the exterior of it, which is currently inside. It's folded down, and then you're going to match your sides and sew a 1/2 inch seam along the edges. Now we're going to slip stitch fold this in about 5/8 of an inch, and slip stitch this is the interior lining. We're going to close this little hole here and then push it into the bag so that it's inside the outside of the bag. And then we're just going to do about a 1/4 of an inch seam along at the top, just to finish off the purse. And we're almost done.